Well, salutations, everybody. It's a pleasure to be back. Another day, another go, another bit of fun. Now, I wasn't one of the lucky lot who ended up getting the alpha build for Football Manager 26, so my attempt at delving into that kettle of fun shall come in 2 days' time. Hopefully, unless the beta doesn't end up downloading properly for me, but we'll see how things end up going there. Considering an awful lot of people that end up coming into this are Football Manager fans, I completely understand if being here wouldn't be your first choice. But at the same point in time, we shall enjoy the crack. We shall enjoy the 90. We shall enjoy the fun. But, all in all being said, it's Tuesday, my friends. It is Tuesday the 21st of October. And all that needs to be asked is simply this. What's a crack-a-lackin'? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going spicy? Emil, it's a pleasure to have you back in. Senior Duck, a pleasure to have you also. What's a crack-a-lackin' with the two of ye? Have you gotten up to anything exciting in the last period of time before today? After the wonderful failure that was last stream, the end of last stream. Sorry, give me 1 second. My camera's off for some reason. I'll figure that out later on. But the wonderful failure that was the end of last stream, where I funnily, stupidly, wonderfully failed to realize that the end of this mission was going to result in a battle, died, and once again lost an hour's worth of data. However, I have been kind to both ye and to me, and have collected everything up, gotten everything that I missed, and are ready now to end up going. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Unfortunately, it seems to be that it's going to be one of those days where something has gone wrong and the camera just isn't going to work the way that we want to. So I'm going to be slightly blurry today. It literally just started doing that now. It was sound literally before I pressed go live. But if it makes you feel any better, I suppose I could make it even more awkward to see me, and I could do that. Does that help at all? You know, I mean, at least this way, the fuzziness is understandable, and we're all happy with the way that it ends up going. But I'm sure that might give some people headaches, so we're probably better going back to this. But all the same, we shall continue on with the way things are, and hopefully it'll all be grand. Now, last time we went up against this buck, we done fine until the final bit of it, where he handed me a brand new orifice. So right now we shall go in and try him one more time, see how we end up doing, and we should be grand. We know that his weakness is wind. We know that he's strong against physical. So for the most part, the Nahobino is going to be used as a defensive mechanism. That's going to be fine. Make sure you drag the webcam to the point where you become extremely long on the sides. I mean, I could put the webcam into the middle of the screen and then you truly know how ugly my face is in high definition. It's annoying because it was fine just before I went live, so my apologies about the blurry camera. I will sort it out before the next time. I'd say, funnily enough, it's a connection issue, so I'd probably have to knock off the computer and knock it back on to solve said issue, and that's something that's not going to happen right now. So for now, we'll continue on with what we have, and I shall attempt to sort it out in the future. But I appreciate so much, Emil, that you want to see my gorgeous face in all of its wonderful quality. But with that being said, how has your weekend been? How have you been since the last day I was on Saturday? Has your Sunday and Monday been good? Has it all been grand? Has it all been good? Has it all been delicious? I have been enjoying life. Mystified by a Manchester United win. in that period of time. As a fan of them, I honestly wouldn't have guessed it, but I am beyond chuffed with the way that things have gone. And beyond chuffed that I get to get back into a good old game of Shin Megami Tensei V and enjoy going through the wonderful joy of one of the most obnoxious enemies to face in Persona 5 X, the Phantom. Like, the Shinjiki fights in the labyrinth are bonkers in that game because they add extra elements to it that debuff you so that you're not just becoming a massive, since it's a gacha, you can just become mad powerful and it screws with the game's balance. So they just screw you and end up doing that. Yeah, it's bonkers. Like, something like I was able to get through it, thankfully, but that was because I managed to pull Anne, and I just burnt it.
Nothing personal.
There's currently in the 4th floor of the second, basically transitional floor that I'm facing off against. Where it heals, where it puts everyone to sleep and it heals itself. Now, I can do enough tick damage to beat that particular enemy, but because every single sleep turn counts as an action, and it means that it wipes 5 actions off of you straight away, plus its 2 actions, I don't have enough time to do the tick damage. So I need another tick damage character. I'm hoping maybe Shock will end up doing, but I haven't been able to figure that out yet. But for now, we'll end up seeing how it goes now. Now, with that being said, I haven't tried setting it up in this game yet because I'm not sure if they do it. It's 80. It's 80, my friend, on most of them. But yes, to be honest, it's because... and Honkai Star Rail has this problem as well. If you didn't put the 100 turn limit on it, you could literally go auto on your phone and it would go for hours stuck in the one mission, draining resources off of your phone and draining resources off of their server. So the actual reason why they put that block in place in order to limit the amount of turns is for server performances, in order to ensure that you're just not hogging the server play when you don't need it, because like you're just in idle state outside of any actual mechanics if you're just in the overworld or a loading screen. In battle, they actually have to do some stuff in the background in order to sort everything out. So that is the reason for that, from a mechanical point of view, in case you cared. Emil? It's funny. Okay, so now we need our healer. So we're going to bring Angel on, even though Angel is weak. Well, Angel is weak to it as well. Can you heal now? Yes, you have Medea. So we'll put you on. Cool. We will do the Mirage shot again because fire ends up hurting him. I mean, it makes sense that fire and wind would be effective against the guy made entirely out of paper. Can't relate when, as long as you know how to play a gacha, it should not be an issue. More so, DPS should not be an issue. But then again, gaining stats are completely RNG. In P5X, not really. Not really. The only problem with P5X is if you're getting into the game, you'd want to get into the game now, because Summer Suit Makoto is busted for an awful lot of the content that's coming down the line. She's S tier in Japan, and that's 1 year ahead of global. So honestly, if you're getting into that game, get her now. Punk Chaz, my friend, what's a crack-a-lack? Pleasure to have you in. Is it all going good with you on this fine Tuesday? I love the avatar, the raging wolf helm that you have beside your name. I have no idea where you get it from, but it's awesome. P5X is a classic rally grind by the majority of gachas, or else you... Oh yeah, that makes sense. It is. I mean, yeah. It's great when the days end up going well, isn't it, Punk? So, Tell us a little bit about yourself. Well, you don't need to stay there and be sound if you want to as well, but I hope all is going well for you, my friend. It is for me as well, getting back into this fight where we actually know what's going to happen this time, so hopefully we don't get our arses handed to us too badly. And we'll see how things end up going now, as we're halfway down on the health of the paper man. Yeah, I mean, the big thing with Persona 5X is make sure you have a healer and try and make sure that it isn't the main character. I got a gift card and decided if I wanted to spend it on Shin Megami Tensei or Clair Obscure or blow it all on an anime gacha game. Okay, so it depends on what you're into. Shin Megami Tensei V, I've only started playing, but I can already tell it's a beautiful game. Now here comes the big question as to what type of RPGs you're into, because there are four choices that need to be taken into consideration. Do you like Shin Megami Tensei? At which point, if you like the style of Shin Megami Tensei and the story, yeah, so this is where it comes down to. The style of Shin Megami Tensei, then you go for Shin Megami Tensei 5. However, as a complete game, I think Persona 5 Royale is the one you end up going for. If you're willing to go out of the box of the way that things end up going, I'd recommend Metaphor ReFantasio. But Clair Obscure Expedition 33 is a fantastic game. But if you are the type of player that is a stubborn bastard and wants to defeat everything you initially end up meeting, Clair Obscure Expedition 33, you can beat that game without ever getting hurt if you become good enough at the mechanics. You can literally face the final boss at level 1, and it'll take you, I think someone done it and it took them almost 26 hours. You can literally face everything in that game the minute you meet it if you are stubborn enough to do it. With that being said, I love that game with a passion. My way to describe it is it's a harder version of Paper Mario, and I definitely recommend it to everyone. Healer MC so bad but necessary for something like guild battles. Yes, 100%. It's because there isn't a good persona out there yet assigned for the MC that is particularly good for healing. They don't have salvation. Like, I would have loved if they gave Daisojo salvation. Or even the move that he has in Shin Megami Tensei 3, that mediation, which ends up giving you the MP management. Yeah, you're just listening to me rant at the moment, aren't you, Duck? Oh yeah. Even you're not even going to do 2-digit damage to it, Emil. You'll do 1-digit damage to it and be happy that you're doing even that. There's no way. Will it work? Oh, Manny Karen probably isn't working right. The joys. I haven't beat Persona 3 Reloaded and was thinking I should beat that before getting into another Shin Megami Tensei Persona type, but it's on sale for 24. Which one? This is on sale for 24 quid. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. The thing with Persona 3 Reloaded is it's a bonkersly easy game. So it depends on how you feel about that. Is there anything I can do for this camera? Yeah, give us a moment. I'm going to try something. No, that made it worse. No, sadly, we're just going to have to deal with a blurry camera. Shite. It's a bonkersly easy game, and just gets easier the longer you go into it, because you unlock the team attacks, and the team attacks make that game into a pound of piss. A pound of piss. Yes, Duck, we're back to where we were now. Saved now before this fight. Collected up everything. Have Lean Saeed back with us again. So we're back up to where we were. So yeah, it's all good, it's all grand, it's all delicious. Thank you so much for the follow, by the way, Punk. I absolutely appreciate it. Yeah, I found that P5XMC was better shielder, but some personas Norn give extra benefits to applying shields. Yes. Now the actual problem with the MC in P5X is the optimal way to use the MC is to have him as a support, literally just drowning enemies with debuffs. It actually is the best way to end up doing it. Problem with that is it's boring as hell. Yeah, you've reminded me of another streamer I used to visit every day who was Irish and loved RPGs. He had to stop though because he got a job as a full-time carer. I understand that completely. I am lucky in that I'm a software developer, so everything ends up coming down there. So unless something major ends up happening, I have time in my evening times. But I do multiple things. I do Football Manager, I'm doing Shin Megami Tensei. I was doing Clear Obscure Expedition 33, will be getting back to it, but I'm using keyboard, and I'm one of those lads that when I start a game, I play it in the format that I played it in, so I'm going to finish that game on keyboard and mouse and not move over to controller. And currently, I can't use these two fingers properly. So basically, if I was to try and hold down the shift key, it hurts the fingers, so I know you don't use shift in Clear Obscure, but again, you know. So if you keep on, I'll be doing Football Manager 26, definitely when that comes out on Thursday, and continuing on than that. Going back to Clear Obscure, playing more of this and extra bits and bobs as well. So if you're happy with that, please keep around and join the Discord so that you know when I end up going live. Also, fun fact about me playing SMT3 for the first time. I had no idea you could stack debuffs up to 4 times until almost end game, and I saw some enemies. Yes, and it helps with the Matador so much when you figure that out. I coach soccer for 2 different leagues. The joys of that, yeah. We have loads of people in here that are massive fans of that, so I was right in predicting Poole would struggle at the start of the season after saying the way they fall out. Hey! Duck, I said it too. Let's be fair. I said it too. I said they signed too many people. I said they signed too many people, and there's a massive chance that they'll fall under the pressure, that you shouldn't, that it was fine to sign them, but you signed too many people. And ironically, I didn't know, and I don't think anyone knew, the weight that Trent Alexander-Arnold had on that squad. So, you know, vindication for the both of us. But to be fair, we got lucky. We can't turn around and say we dominated that match on Sunday. We got very lucky. So if you had one, you could get Shin Megami Tensei V or Clear Obscure. So I'm not far enough into Shin Megami Tensei V, Punk, to be able to tell you how revolutionary it is. But the sad thing about Shin Megami Tensei V is it's Shin Megami Tensei. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's Shin Megami Tensei. So if you played one Shin Megami Tensei, you've practically played all of the Shin Megami Tenseis, and I know for a fact they've done niceties and cleanups and stuff like that to give it a nice bit of a different vibe, like 3 and 4 end up doing as well. But Clear Obscure feels different, and depending on how you play Clear Obscure, if you're an ignorant pillock like me and actually power through to the point that you end up beating a person that you're obviously too weak for, you feel like a goddamn god. Now, you feel that in this as well, but you feel more like a god in Clear Obscure. So, personally, I'd probably recommend Clear Obscure Expedition 33, personally. But both are very, very, very good games. Very good games. So, it's kind of hard to turn around and give a definitive answer to that. It depends on what you're looking for. But there's in no world that I wouldn't say not to get either, basically. So I'm going to be the hangman on it, and I'm going to turn around and say both. I'd say play Bradley at right and Frimpong on the right wing, drop Salah for a bit. The problem with that is they're never going to drop Salah. Every Liverpool fan in the world has been saying that for the longest time, but they're never going to drop Salah. It's a fool's man to Aaron to even turn around and state that as an option. It's like turning around to us and saying, oh yeah, sure, you'd be, and true statement by the way, you'd be a significantly better team if you dropped Bruno. Like, unless we put him into the 10, we're a significantly better team if you drop Bruno. But, you know, it's just an ignorant statement because it's never going to happen, you know? So, you know yourself, Duck. But ironically, I don't agree with you. I would be playing Bradley on the right back. I'd be playing Robinson on the left back. And I would just be playing Cody Gakpo there instead. And go and play Nteke on the right. I'd be having Nteke as your striker, but he refuses to do that. So go and have Nteke on the left. But yeah, I'd say you can't play him in form when the rest of the team's doing badass, in my opinion. Maybe. But I said that last year as well, that Salah was going to have an issue that he'd eventually end up losing form. Well, I have 50, so maybe I'll end up getting both if I don't want Lords of the Fallen for 16, but it's great. I hear it's not great. Again, Lord of the Fallen is an interesting kettle of fish, because it's not that it's not good, Lord of the Fallen. It's not Dark Souls. Okay? It's not Dark Souls. And it has a tendency to be unfair. So the problem is, when you're looking at Lord of the Fallen, if you got it for cheap, Lord of the Fallen isn't a bad option, especially if you're in the mood for that type of game. But you have all of the Dark Souls games. You have Elden Ring. You have Lies of P. Honestly, I'd even recommend Code Vein, even though that's a completely different type of Dark Souls game. I'd even recommend Code Vein. So it's not that it's bad. It's that it's good. It's good in greatness. Now that's why there's actually a bit of a buzz about Lord of the Fallen 2. So it depends on what you want. Honestly, if you want something a bit different and you don't have it, and I don't know if it's on sale at the moment, but look and see if the Shadow games, Shadow of War, are on sale, because both of them and the system they end up using for bringing orcs back are divine. Absolutely divine. And they're something you should end up giving a look to. You don't even need to be a fan of Lord of the Rings to enjoy that. I'm going to end up dying on this. Yeah, I have Code Vein and all the Dark Souls games. I didn't like the aesthetics of Lies of P. That's fair. That's a fair criticism to have for Lies of P. It's not for everybody. It's an interesting aesthetical choice. And it also depends on what you like as well. Like, it being Pinocchio and the story of Pinocchio and a different twist on the Pinocchio tale is fascinating to some people. So it really, really, really depends on what you want and what you like. So it's understandable that that would be the case. Like, there's an old school animatrix. You rotten. I bloody knew it. That is infuriating. Anyway, whatever. I wouldn't mind. I'm lowering down his attack and the whole lot. Like, Terra Raja, tell me if you know this. Tell me if you know this, Emil. But does Terra Raja lower down magic attack? Because if it just lowers down physical attack, this is a complete waste of time for me to continually end up doing it. But yeah, no, I recommend those type of games. I have to at some point in time end up like, if you like Dark Souls games too and you want something a little different and you don't own it, go for Blasphemous as well. Blasphemous is a fantastic game. It's more Metroidvania, to be fair, but it's still a phenomenal game. Lowers attack of a foe. Yeah, I think they're together because you only have 5 stats. It's not like we have an independent magic stat. Get one turn out of it, lowering him down.
Let's go.
Okay, so that means his defense is the full way down now for next turn when we do the Omega. It isn't actually. Now we put his defense the whole way down. Cool. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. Now, Fortuna is normally targeted, so we'll defend with Fortuna and see. Please survive this. So a mute on our fire boy. I think even though we have the mute, I think we still use the Magasuji. There are a few criticism reviewers that, had about Lords of the Fallen that concern me. Easy to get lost, the world is forced, the enemies are pretty much the same throughout the whole game, but the bosses are badass. Yeah. So, like, the best way to describe Lords of the Fallen, yeah, Lord of the Mid is probably fair, but the best way to describe Lords of the Fallen is it's Dark Souls 2. Not as good, mind you, but it's Dark Souls. It's Dark Souls 2. That's the best way to describe it.
You ready?
So if that interests you, you can end up going that way, I suppose. Okay, let's see how this ends up going.
Aramasa!
I was gonna say, I know you resisted to it, but there's no way you dodged, right? Why did... Actually, now that I think about it, I should have met him change. That was foolish. Yeah, I didn't like Dark Souls 2. I still get pissed off thinking about the door you open that drops into a pit. Yeah, and that, to be fair, they know about that type of stuff. That's why in Dark Souls 3 they never attempted it again. But some people like that type of stuff. Like infamously in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, you have the infinite pit. You know, the pit you fall into, that even in Super Sonic, you just have to wait and die. So, like, it's kind of an old school trope in gaming to put them in there as a fault for you not exploring the area. And that was one of the worries that they had with Dark Souls 1, was that people weren't actually checking the surroundings enough. And as a result of which people were arguing in Dark Souls 1, even though I don't know how, that game?
Off is a direction you can fuck.
I call a distinctive amount of horse manure on that one. That is bonkers levels of horse manure. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, weird. Okay, I'm not sure why that's not popping up. Anyway, never mind. Sadly, I think I don't have a choice but to change the Nahabino's weaknesses. Well, I'll try it one more time and we'll see. I really don't want to change my affinities if I can help it. I really don't want to do it. So we'll try it. By the way, this is the pig-headedness of me, to see how things end up going. I think Slap... I mean, he won... Say what you want. And I said it last season as well, Duck, that Slot isn't as good as he appears to be. He got mighty lucky in that everyone on the top was performing bad compared to everyone on the bottom performing good. And he got massively lucky that Klopp's team came together. But he won the league. And you deserve fluctuation when that ends up happening. I don't think no matter what happens this season, he should be sacked. Now, with that being said, he can't go 8 games, loss after loss after loss. But he won't go 8 games, loss after loss after loss. Because he will eventually, because he's not an idiot, he will eventually drop Isak and put Intekia on the start. He will eventually figure out that Milos Kerkez just isn't working right at the side there, and Andy Robertson needs to start. He will eventually figure out, your Vorian Verts will eventually click. Yeah. And they were wrong for doing it. and they were wrong for doing it, to be honest. But there was more reasons behind Brendan Rodgers getting sacked as well, Duck. But I genuinely think they were wrong for doing it when they did that. There is a culture of sacking people a wee bit too quick. Like, say what you want to about Nottingham Forest, and because of the crap that happened to Crystal Palace, I want Nottingham Forest to feel pain. But sacking Ange Postecoglou after 8 games is a joke. Sacking Slot after winning the league last year is a joke. He just needs adaptation, and the players need to end up going down to it. And there's big pressure on them. Not as big as us, because we always have pressure, you know, killing you. But at the same point in time, you need to be careful of that type of stuff and see how it ends up working. So we'll see what ends up happening, and time will end up telling. Also, by the way, what do you think of Deitch getting the Forest? I, unfortunately, Punk, am a masochist of the highest degree. I'm a United fan, which is why I was happy with this weekend. We performed well. I was distraught by the team, but I was happy with the result. So I can't complain too much about it, you know. So the good comes with the bad, you know yourself. Who do you support in the world of football yourself, my friend? Have we finally managed to find an infamous rare Tottenham fan? His best player was sold in Suarez. His third best Sturridge legs fell off, and Sterling kicked a stinker and wanted. Yeah, no. I 100% agree with you. He got screwed. Oh no, I keep. The Prem is the one that I mainly watch. I also keep an eye on one particular squad in the Airtricity League in Ireland. I'm not going to say which one, because to say which one tells you exactly in Ireland where I'm from. But there's one particular squad I follow in Ireland. I keep an eye on the other leagues, but I don't watch them massively. Like, Napoli are incredibly impressive at the moment. It's incredibly nice to see Hearts doing well in the Scottish League. Linus, an individual that comes into the chat every now and again, tells me a wee bit about what's going on in the Swedish League, and we talk about stats and the whole lot. So I know enough about the other leagues to be able to comment on them. But to be honest, I very rarely watch football, mainly because I don't have Sky anymore. Anything I watch on PC. And although I don't have a problem sailing the ocean blue, it's a pain in the arse sometimes. I mean, yeah, but spending 400 million... Like, the biggest problem I have with Liverpool's sales this year is Isak. I don't mind them signing Isak. I just think if you were going to sign Isak, you should have signed Isak and not Nketiah, not both of them. And there's nothing wrong with signing either of them. But Nketiah was performing well as well, and you drop Nketiah. Well, he got suspended, but you know, it came down to it. Oh, okay. So you watch La Liga. Champions, I'm guessing you mean the Champions League. And then I must say, Punk, it is awesome for people to finally understand and recognize the joys of the MLS. It comes across so wonderfully for absolutely everyone. I love watching Miles Lewis Skelly in everything that he does. And we have another one. Just so you can get that joke, by the way, Punk, there's a person in the community known as Benekage, and Lord Benekage himself is American, and that joke came up once, and I will kill it into the ground. Miles Lewis Skelly means MLS. The big thing is because if you go on to Blue Sky and search up MLS, it comes up with Miles Lewis Skelly, not Major League Soccer. But I like Major League Soccer. I like the investment that's being put into it. I actually think the Messi deal hurt Major League Soccer more than it benefited it. I don't like him having 5% of the entire league. But it is improving. I think it needs more. I think Major League Soccer, if it wants to improve, needs to start promoting itself better in Europe. Americans love sport and will end up getting behind it. and they need to put the investment into doing that way as well. But Europeans are the heartblood of soccer and the heartblood of the conversation of soccer. So I think they need to start promoting itself, like pay for a slot of English television or Spanish television or stuff like that and get it more publicized over here. But it's becoming fantastic. It probably is one of the top 10 leagues in the world. Messi gave them something to market to the masses. I mean, did he give anything more than the likes that were over there before? And did he give anything more than the likes of Zlatan Ibrahimovic who was over there? I don't think so. Like, he gave them something, but I don't think he gave as much as he took. I mean, yeah, that's starting to happen, which is good. One of the issues... how is he doing so much? Okay, I do actually need to put the resistance. That's so annoying. Or do I have any minions that have Rock Akaja? Because I need to put it on him. I am weak to it, yes, but it's still doing bonkers damage. I do have Rock Akaja there. Oh, screw it, I'll just change the affinity. I think the big thing with America too is the World Cup will help amazingly over there. And the World Cup will do amazing over there. And the fact that you're taking some games from Serie A and stuff like that will help over there as well. But we'll see. Benny, it is a pleasure to have you back. We have another person that is a fan of Miles Lewis Skelly as well. So it's a pleasure to have you in here, my friend. What's a crack-a-lacka with you? Oh God, don't start on ticket prices. The FIFA raffle system. That's like, it's horse crap. It's genuinely horse crap. He also has Hama, so we don't want to do that. I think the best thing to do is, yes, this. Because it gives us both into it. I really don't want to use my own resistances, but screw it. Fine.
How is this?
Anyway, there we go.
Return.
Anyways, but yeah, no, pricing is going to be a big problem in football anyways. It's becoming a massive problem everywhere. And then you have crap like what's happening with West Ham. Like, there's just a load of crap happening with football at the moment. Speaking of the devil, this weekend is the playoff game. We play Chicago-Orlando. It's a big like, how are you set for that playoff game, Benny? Have you a chance of getting victory on it? Are you looking forward to it? They were playing close to me too, so I wanted to get in on it, but I can't justify the price. Which, the AC Milan game that's happening over there, or the Chicago-Orlando game, punk? I don't know any of the MLS teams. Benny just tells me about it and the events. Anyways, now that we're actually properly defended, hopefully we'll do better this time. Okay, so we put down one to that, then we'll do this. Seattle is a solid club, loads of history, even predating MLS. I mean, it's amazing to have history before Miles Lewis Skelly came onto the footballing scene. It's not easy. I made a mistake there too. I wasn't meant to. Ooh, okay. Fuck. Anyways, this could go bad. I haven't done the... Oh, miss, you know? Gonna kill her. Almost. Crap. Okay, what do we do here? Tarunda, anyway, we're down the attack again. We should get past Chicago. They're tricky, but definitely beatable. We'll happy out. It's good to hear when local teams actually have a good chance of getting a win off of them. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it. It happened immediately after I went live, Benny. And apparently, I'd have to knock off the entirety of the computer to reset the camera's connection in order to allow it to do it. So we're just going to deal with a blurry camera for today. So, you know, the joys. Although it is wonderful to hear so many people disappointed that they're not seeing my beautiful face in all its luscious glory. After all, I am stupid, sexy Craic. Why? Okay, now I'm getting annoyed by something. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so it's not appearing. Fair enough. Why is that? Hold on now. Trying to... Because that's literally it. Okay, whatever. I'm having multiple problems today, but hey, we'll deal with it later on. Yeah, I have been a Sounders fan for a long time, as I can remember. I'm also like the Reigns. Go to OBS, double click on that, configure camera controls, focus. Okay, let me try that. So, OBS, go to the camera. Camera. Configure video. Camera controls, focus. Unclick the box. Apply. Click the box, apply. Nope. Wonderfully, nope, that didn't work. Okay. Okay, bear with us a second.